Yeah! Yeah!
Gotta get the best shot!
Hello Britball Nation and welcome to our Division 1 Power Rankings following Week 8 of the 16-17 Uniball season. We've had a few weeks away from the rankings over the mid-season break, so it'll be interesting to see how much movement there's been. As we've mentioned elsewhere, we're really stripping things back in the Scoop and Power Rankings content this week, meaning we can get them out to you much sooner, with game highlights to follow later in the week. So let's jump right into the rankings. We've seen two teams drop from the rankings this week as Glasgow suffer back-to-back losses against Hull either side of Christmas, and Leeds Carnegie were utterly outplayed by the HALLAM Warriors on Sunday.
10.
The Mustangs are the only two-loss team in the rankings, but they've earned it off the back of a 50-burger win over long-time nemesis and varsity rivals the Newcastle Raiders. Not only is it the Mustangs' first ever win over their cross-city competitors, but it represents them completely turning over their Week 1 loss and sees the Mustangs on a 3-game win streak that includes knocking off conference favourites the Hull Sharks in Week 4. A second win over Hull this weekend would actually see the Mustangs sharing their lead at the top of the table.
9.
The Stingers might have been made to really work for it, but they've consistently found ways to win since their narrow 1-point loss to the conference leading Destroyers. At 4-1 they've stayed within touching distance of the number 1 spot with a chance to retake the conference lead if they can win out.
8.
Warwick have shown they're a cut above most of the rest of their conference. The only problem is Nottingham are another cut above them as well. Expect the Wolves to head into the postseason and hit the playoffs hard, but it's going to be a big ask for them to overcome the powerhouse that Nottingham have become.
7.
EXETER return to action this weekend, and it's a matchup that's likely to make or break their season as they take on conference favourites and long-time rivals, the Cardiff Cobras. EXETER look to be the more on form of the two teams heading into the Christmas break, but it remains to be seen whether they'll have carried that momentum with them into the new year.
6.
The Sharks are on the rise again. Back-to-back wins over Glasgow have set them atop the conference, but they'll still have a big obstacle to overcome next week, facing a Mustang side that are looking unstoppable on offence.
5.
Heading into the top 5 and we meet the first of our undefeated conference leaders, the Cambridge Pythons. It might not always be pretty, but the Pythons are finding ways to win in a highly competitive 1A South East, where any of the top 3 teams could yet shake things up and snatch the conference. That said, following Sunday's nail-biting 6-0 win over Imperial, the Pythons can now take confidence from the fact they've faced and beaten each of their conference rivals so far in 16-17.
4.
Pompey start 2017 continuing a win streak that survived the entirety of the past calendar year. We might have expected something a bit more convincing from the Destroyers against the winless Tsunami, but then we've come to expect the Destroyers to lean on their dominant defence. Hells, they won a national championship that way. They slip a rank, but only because others have leapfrogged over them.
3.
Cardiff climbed back into the top 3. They're sitting pretty at 5-0, and while they took a while to get going against the Lancers, it closed out as a convincing 26-0 win for the Cobras. Super Bowl Sunday will see them take on a Demon side that ran them close early in the year and will likely be the only team capable of keeping them from a conference crown and a strong shout at the Southern title.
2.
The HALLAM Warriors seem to be gaining momentum as the season goes on, with College Bowl winning quarterback Dutch Stevenson and his favourite target Ronald Daly-Thomas proving a seemingly unstoppable pairing. The two hooked up for multiple scores against a small but stern Carnegie squad who finally looked out of their depth on Sunday.
1.
But still, the undisputed kings in the north at this time are Nottingham, who have looked unrivaled so far this campaign. Sunday saw them post their first burger of the season, but the reality is they've been scoring at will in every fixture. And if they can keep their wheels on the track, the worst thing about Nottingham's season might be that they'll head to the Premiership just as their varsity rivals NTU suffer hard resisted relegation and the two teams sail past one another in the off-season. So there you have it nation, your rankings for Division 1 following the mid-season break. What do you think of our picks? Have we missed someone off the list? Remember, we want to hear your opinion, so get in touch in the comments down below. Remember that if you liked this video, hop over onto YouTube and give it a thumbs up. It takes you a matter of seconds, but this does wonders in helping this video reach a wider audience. And of course, you can do your part to help raise awareness of the sport in the UK by sharing these videos on your social media platform of choice. Let us know what you think of the streamlined format for our power rankings, and as always, play hard, play safe, and go check out this week's scoop.